once you know what you're financially capable of, you have to really, like you said, know your buy box, start researching, right? Learn your market, revisit it. Just because you analyze your zip codes and neighborhoods last year doesn't mean that they're the same today.
Clearly, there's a lot of folks out there that are expecting a housing crash. What we should do at this point is just assume it's going to happen. But what I want to do for you is talk about what you should be doing now to prepare for a housing crash. Because the answer, folks, is not wait on the sidelines. There are things you should be doing right now to get ready for your opportunity, to make sure you are comfortable striking. Because again, as I have been doing for 25 years and lived through the housing crash, most of you were too scared to do anything. So Casey, what should you be doing now to prepare for the housing crash, assuming that is what you believe?
Yes. Well, housing crash, smousing crash. I mean, who knows until it's over. I do know I was a real estate agent in 2007, 8, 9, 10 during all the rise and the fall. And I was really too young and didn't have the money to invest at the time. And if this is what is going to happen, I definitely want to be prepared. I mean, Blake and I had been kind of saving our pennies and looking for that new primary and wanting to move and upgrade our house. But I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think maybe we put that on hold and we really just go buy more rentals. And I think that's kind of how the investor in me always has thought, and why we've been here for 12 years in the same house and always sacrifice everything. Because at the end of the day, having financial freedom and the ability to do whatever you want with more and more money coming in does seem more appealing than just a bigger house. So I'm kind of excited. Yes, I'm seeing more properties come on the market. I'm getting contacted by even more wholesalers saying they're getting even more deals, under their belt. And I think now is the time to really start honing in. So for anyone that is considering jumping in now, right, you have to prepare yourself. Now is not the time to just go look for houses. You have to do a series of things in advance to prepare yourself and get ready for the purchasing of investment properties. And the first step really is you need to know your financial power. What are you capable of doing? How many properties can you buy? Talk to a lender is really the first thing, whether it's a DSCR lender, if you don't have income to qualify, or talking to a conventional lender. But what are your loan options and where are your funds coming from? Like, that's the first thing I would want to know, so I know how much I can buy.
Yeah, I think that's a great advice. The other thing, again, we're attacking this from the idea that you individually, maybe it's your buy box, maybe it's your city, maybe it's your state. You see a housing crash, maybe it's Austin or Miami or wherever it is. It doesn't matter. But where I want people to realize is, let's just say for a minute, you personally believe housing is going to crash 20% over the next 18 months in your buy box. I think there's a couple of things. Yes, you're absolutely right. You've got to be dialed in and know your financial power. Like, what is my number? Where can I fit in this equation? But the other thing you guys got to do is you got to hone in on what I call your buy box. What are you looking for? Because where I see a lot of people get wrong in this environment is they're all over the place. And now this is investors and even homeowners, right? If you're looking for your first time home and you're looking at this part of town and that part of town and this part of town and that part of town, and you're just all over the place, you're gonna get confused, right? Really hone in on what you're looking for and spend time looking there. Because again, I've been calling 2025 the year of the investor simply because calling it the year of the first time home buyer is not as sexy. Because I don't think it is the year of most first-time home buyers. But if you're a first-time home buyer who does the work, writes lots of offers in your buy box, you can actually get the discount ahead of time. What do I mean by that? Let's just say for whatever reason, you're operating in a world that's $400K today, median home price, and you think they're going to go down 20%, which equals $320. Did you know you could write $320 offers today on 400K listings? Now, you're not going to get a lot of yes answers, but you might get one. Right. You might. So you could start doing all of that today. And the reason that's important today, folks, because again, I've been in this game a long time, is at some point the market goes down and it will hit some inflection point. The Fed will do its thing, the lower rates, yada, 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 yada. And then pretty soon, all the buyers come off the sidelines, and that 320 house will be 350 in a heartbeat. And you will have missed your opportunity because you thought at 320 would be 310 and then 305 and then 280. No, that's not how the game works. It will hit some point and people will come off the sidelines and you will miss out again. It happens every time. You stick your head in the ground. You call it catching a falling knife. You calling it FOMO, whatever you are. This is homes. People want to live in their own home. And if you're just going to sit on the sidelines and wait for somebody to ring a bell, you're never going to buy. You're never going to own.
Yeah. You have to really, once you know what you're financially capable of, you have to really, like you said, know your buy box, start researching, right? Learn your market, revisit it. Just because you analyze your zip codes and neighborhoods last year doesn't mean that they're the same today. And I'll be honest, we've been looking for a primary. I've been looking and analyzing a completely different price point in my area. And so I am switching gears and going back to the below the median properties, connecting with wholesalers. I have a meeting set up with a guy this week who's local, who actually called my husband on a cell phone. I don't know how he got that. And so now is the time, but I have to go back and revisit my market. I have to go look at all the homes again. I have to know and remember, okay, what are the new average days in the market? At what price points am I going, and what condition of properties am I going to be able to cash flow? What's a good deal? What's a bad deal? What's a great deal? And what area should I be focusing on, especially in Memphis and other top investment markets? A lot of the top investment markets out there are the highest crime centers in the world. I mean, Memphis made the #1 crimiest, worst crime city in the country, number 9
crimiest
city in the world.
Crimiest? Wow,
Crimiest.
9th in the world.
That's what I call it, crimiest. And that's probably not even the dictionary, but it's crimiest.
It is now. It is now.
It's the crimiest. And so, you got to be really careful where you buy and revisit what is happening in the local government. Is the local government putting in any new, are they opening up any new shopping centers? We have a lot of shopping centers out in Memphis that have been there's a Kmart that has been, you can still see the letters on the building, but it's been vacant for 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know. I've been here 12 and it looked like it was an old shopping center and desolate then. So what is the local government doing to bring up any areas? It's the thing with rental properties, especially long-term, is when you are buying something, it's usually for the long-term. It's not just for today. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people make this mistake is they just look for cash flow year one. What's going to cash flow today? They don't think, well, I'm going to hold this property for what? 5, 10, 20 years? I mean, you don't really know. Usually it's not 30. You'll probably sell or something like that. But you might, 10 years flies by, 15 years before you know it. You've got rentals that are 15, 20 years you've been holding. I mean, so you got to make sure that where you're buying, the neighborhood is poised to go up and appreciate with rent increases. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work you have to do to make sure that what you are aspiring to buy is going to be profitable tomorrow and not just today. And that takes a little bit of effort and work and reading on the city and county websites and seeing what companies are coming to town, if there's going to be new headquarters coming and what's happening with jobs. And the landlord friendliness, is it getting better or worse? A lot of things play into picking out where you're going to buy. So to me, all this initial initial research before you make the purchase or go run the numbers on a random house. The thing I see, Michael, is I'll have new students in my program, right? And I teach them how to buy their first rental. And they get so excited. They're like, Casey, I found this house. I want to make an offer on it. And I say, we haven't even analyzed your market yet. You can't, you can, but I mean, do you, it's just a spreadsheet. Spreadsheets only tell half the story. You got to know a lot more than that. So if you're wanting to take advantage of this potential, recession or downturn in, the housing market, you've really got to dig deep into where you're going to be buying and make sure that your investment's going to be good for the long run.
Yeah, I love all of that. No, I love all of that, Casey. You're clearly very passionate and know what you're doing. Again, folks, if you really do believe a housing crash is coming, what I would argue to do is get a buy box set up and start looking at it every day. I want you tracking number of active listings, number of pendings, number of price drops, number of coming back on the market. If you can do this every day for 90 days, 6 months, whatever it is, You're going to learn that your buy box has a pulse. Is it slowing? Is it speeding up? Has it hit bottom? If you are doing this daily discipline, you're going to know before anybody else, and you can strike. The other thing I want people to realize is, again, if the median is 400 a day and you think they're going down 20%, you can write 320 offers today. I mean, people just don't get that. A lot of first-time homebuyers think they got to pay list price, or they get excited by a 5K discount. Guys, I have gotten properties for 30, 35, one time 39% below list price. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes the buyer's market, like we are in today, you can get lucky and find a motivated seller. You can get seller carry. You can get seller seconds. You can get rate buy downs. If home builders, new home construction, they're not selling on price. They're selling on payments. You could get the homeowner who is selling to you to buy down your rate 2 points, or whatever, right? Work with your mortgage professional. But what really scares me about this environment, because again, I've said all year it's a buyer's market, and now thankfully, Wall Street Journal agrees with me. You're a little late, Wall Street Journal, but that's okay. You can start writing offers today. I just want people to realize that. It takes time. It takes lots of offers. I have been known to write 30, 40, 50 offers and get no responses. You just got to believe it's coming. What do you think?
Yep. One thing that I was thinking about while you were talking was, everyone's getting really excited about this buyer's market, but be cautious still. Be cautious. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't risk all your family savings. Don't put your primary house on the line.
Yes.
Be careful of the Burr method. You just never know. And it gives me chills because even though I didn't have any money back in 2008, really, we were just young people and I was in real estate, I saw a lot of people lose a lot. California, I saw a lot of foreclosures. A lot of people I knew lost portfolios, started from the beginning, credit scores demolished because they put too much on the line. So just be careful.
Great advice.
I have the chills and it's really hot in here. I have the chills, but just be very careful that you are still acting smart. Don't get overzealous. And, I'm a very risky person, risk with caution. Just do what you can do. Don't overextend yourself. That's my concern of everyone getting riled up and excited about what's coming. Just play smart.
Yeah, folks, at the end of the day, I you can go back. I have playlists with Adrian Hernandez, Omar, Jason Pritchard. I've told them guys 6 months ago, guys, you got to buy different. And these guys are active flippers, right? All of them now, will admit that they should have been more cautious. They should have bought deeper discounts. Again, this is not the time to go bet on red or black. It's time to do the work. It's time to get aggressive. Look for disrespectful offers. I only want you doing deals of the decade or deals of a lifetime. I usually talk about good or great. I want the deals you're going to do in 2025 to be deals of the decade, which means the best deal of 10 years, or a deal of a lifetime. Those deals are hard to get wrong in this environment, and buyers markets are exactly when you create these opportunities. Casey, where can people find you?
People can find me on YouTube. I'm putting videos out once a week, maybe twice. That's the goal. At Brick by Brick Wealth. I just put a video out on Thursday and last night, starting to do really well. So you guys go check out my channel, see what it's about. And you can find me on Instagram as well, Brick by Brick Wealth. And if you want to snoop and see what I'm doing, brickbybrickwealth.com.
Thank you so much. Great job.